Hello, my name is Wisdom Masari, and today we're gonna have our lab is going to be on Active Directory setup. So without wasting more time, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, I'll open my uh my VirtualBox, which I already have it open, and we'll go ahead and then we will create a Windows server. So I already have it downloaded. I downloaded the Windows Server 2022. So let's go ahead and have it installed. So you go to new. Uh, so it's gonna be Windows. The name is Windows Server 2022. So we go to yep. The type is Microsoft Windows. The version is so we choose Windows 2022 64-bit. Then we go to next. We go to next. So the base memory, I'm going to use 40 4096. Yeah, but if you want, you can edit it and then choose what suits you. So let's go ahead. We go to hard disk. We go to create. So we go to finish. All right. So after that, you're not done. You have to click on it. You go to the settings. You go to storage. You click on the empty. Hit on this drive. See. So you have to choose a disk file. All right. So there's a Windows Server 2022. I already have it. I already have it downloaded. So I'll go ahead and choose this one, and then you hit OK. After that, you go to settings. You go to network. You make sure you have it on internal network. Yep. And hit OK, and then you go ahead and then you launch it. It's gonna take a couple minutes to have it boot up. So I'll go ahead and minimize this one. Yep. So the language is English. You go to next. You go to next. You go to install. Yeah. So like I said, it's gonna take a few minutes. So you just go ahead and I do not have an product key. So you want to choose. We have several operating system, but you want to choose the Windows Server 2022 standard desktop experience. Yeah. You go to next. Yep. You hit accept. You check the box and then you go to next. Yep. So you go ahead and you choose a custom install or Microsoft Server operating system only. Right. You go to next. So you have to wait till the progress get completed. Yeah, it's gonna take a few minutes. So I will pause the video and then I'll come back when it's fully completed. So yep. Welcome back. It took more than I expected. It took more than I expected. So but it's good to come back. So let's go ahead So our virtual machine is getting ready. So I'll go ahead and I'll choose my password. Make sure that you always remember the password. You don't forget it. So we go ahead and we go finish. Yep. So our virtual machine Windows Server 2022 is created. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Go ahead and hit my password. Yeah. So like I said, today our today video is gonna be on Active Directory, and then under Active Directory we have 5 things we want to do. So the first one is that we have to install Windows Server 2022, which we already did, and then the second one is going to be you promote the server to a domain controller, and then the third one is you create a domain, and then the fourth one is going to be that. So after you create a domain, you create organizational unit for different departments, such as example like IT department, HR department, sales department, yeah, and so forth. And then the last one, but not the least, is going to be after you have all these organizational units created, we're going to create a user account and groups within these organizations. All right, so let's get started. So anytime you launch your Windows Server 2022, you're always going to have the server management, the server manager dashboard appear first. So what we're gonna do is we first of all go to manage, and then uh we add roles and features. So we go ahead and click this one. So you click the next. Yep. So on the installation tab is going to be the role based or features based installation. You go to next. So here you're gonna go. So you go ahead and then you select next, and then here you go. You check the Active Directory domain services, and then you're gonna go to add features. So here you can check any feature you want to add. So I'll go ahead and then I'll add the DNS. Uh, yeah, so I'll go ahead and I'll check the DNS server, and then I'll go ahead and I'll check remote access. I'll check. See, So if you want, you can check the Hyper-V. You can check. Hold on, I'm looking for a particular one. So um, okay. So when you're done, you just hit next. You go down. Yeah, you make sure you check group policy management. Yep. When you're done, you go next. You go next, next, next. Yeah, so you go ahead and you click uh yeah, so you make sure you check this one. You go to next. You go to next. You go to next. Yeah, so basically it's just listing everything you selected, and then you go ahead and oh yeah, so yeah, like I said, it's just uh listing everything you selected, and then after that you hit install, and then you have to wait till it's installed. Yeah, it's gonna take a few minutes. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause the video, and then when it's done, I'll come back. It's gonna take a couple minutes. I mean, it's gonna take some time. Okay. So it's done installing. So after that, you don't. So after it, after the installation, you don't have to be in a rush to close it, because this is a very important thing you have to do. So after that, you go to promote the server to a domain controller. So you click on this one, and then you add. So on the first one, it says add a domain controller to an existing one. So basically, it means that when you already have a domain controller or domain name on the computer, and then you want to add another domain name, then you choose the first one. Yeah. So since we don't have any domain and this is our first time doing it, you have to go to you add a new um a new forest. So we choose whatever name you want to choose. So I'll go for wisdom sorry dot local, and then I'll go to next. Yeah, so you make sure you choose the most recent Windows server you have on the honor. So it says 2016 is the most recent one. Yep. So we go ahead and choose that one, and then you go ahead and then choose your password. So I'll go ahead and choose my password. And then you have to retap it again. Nope. Hold on, let me do it one more time. Sorry, I'll do it one more time. Yep. So after that, you go to next. You go to next, Yeah, so you have to wait because it's loading. You have to wait for some few minutes. Right. So you can see your domain name. It says Wisdom Masari. And go ahead and then you hit next. Go ahead and hit next. Next. Right. So now it's prerequisite checking. So you can see on this side that it's checking. So you have to wait for some unit. Right. So after that, after checking it, it gives you the green light and then it tells you that everything is good. So you go ahead and you hit it install. Right. So it's installing now. Um, you gotta wait for some few minutes. Yeah, it's gonna take some time, so I'll pause the video and then I'll come back when it's done installing. Yep, so welcome back. So after you finish installing, it will prompt you to restart it. Yeah, so you go ahead and then restart the Windows Server 2022. Yeah, it's gonna take some few minutes. Yeah. So without making this video too long, I would have to pause it and then come back after we have restarted. Yep. So yep. So we'll come back. So let's go ahead and then log in. Right. So you can see clearly that our domain name has changed. We already set a domain name with the Masari. Yeah, like what we did earlier on. So you go ahead and then you hit your password. Yep. So anytime you open the Windows Server, the Server Manager office pops up. Right. So you go ahead and then you go to Start, and then you go to Windows Admin Tools. Just to make sure that we already have all this installed on the server. So we go to the Active Directory users and computers. So that's what we're gonna work on today. So you go ahead and then you hit it. Yep, there we go. So you can see that our domain name is the Masari.local. So you go ahead and then you see this pop up arrow. I mean pop down when you hit it. you should drop down. So these all these folders are already inbuilt unit. That comes with a domain. So like I said, main objective is to install the Windows server, which we already did. To promote the server to domain controller, which we already did. We created a domain name that is wisdomasari.local. And the next one is that we have to create organizational unit for different department within the domain name. So you go ahead and then you will right click on the domain name. You go to new. You go to organizational unit. So I'll go to IT. Yep. And then I'll do the same thing for a different organization. I'll go to new. I'll get unit. I'll choose, let's say, HR department. So HR. And then the last one is I'll say sales department. So sales. Yeah. So like I said, every organization use um, most of the organizations use Active Directory to manage their resources. The IT department, the financial department, every department they have in the organization, they use the Active Directory to manage that. So after that, we go ahead and then we create the users within the IT department. So we go to new, we go to users. All right, so first name, I'll say Wisdom. Last name, I say Asari. Hold on. Asari, and then the user login, I will say Wisdom Asari. Wisdom Asari. I'll go to next, and then you choose a password. And then you choose a password for the user. So I'll go ahead and I'll hit my password. And then I'll go to next. And then I'll go to finish. So it says that Windows cannot set the password for Wisdom Asari because the password does not meet the password policy requirement. Check the minimum password length. Okay, so we go back and then you make sure the password meets the minimum requirement. So I'll go ahead and click this at first, and then I'll check this one, and then I'll so let's say then they hit next, they finish. Yeah. Yeah, so basically, so if you're an organization and then you're managing the Active Directory, it depends on the number of users we have in a particular department. Yeah, so in these objectives, I will choose three user each for each department. So and then I'll go ahead and then I'll go back and then right click. I'll go to new. I go to user. I'll choose. let's say Evelyn. Um, let's say Evelyn. The last name is J. So you say Evelyn J. So you go to next. You choose a password. So you check user must change password at the next login. So it simply means that after you create an account for the user, anytime the first time the user log in, he has to, so I would say this is a default password. So when the user first log in, he or she has to choose he or she has to choose his preferred password, before he or she can log in here. So you go ahead and then you choose next, and you go to finish. There you go. So go to the last one. Go to new. Go to user. So I choose Olean. Go to next. Choose a password. I'll retype the password. Go to next. Alright, so yeah. So without wasting my time, so this is what you're gonna do basically. You do for each department in the organization, and then anytime they first log in, they have to change their own to change the password and then put their own preferred password. So without wasting my time, today will be the end of my video, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.